options is 3 times 3 times 3 times 7. Your option, the second would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 7. Third option would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 7. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's a quick way to take a guess.
Now, to add up to 66, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 189.
27 times 7.
27. Oh. Okay, so let's see.
So if I write these out again for you, just on the side, so you would have 3 times 63. You would have 9 times 21, and you would have 27 times 7. See that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it would be the 3 and then the 2 3s times the 7 in the parentheses.
Yeah. So you would have 3 times 63 would be the one that you would use, right?
Okay. So it would be 9k squared plus the 3k plus 63k plus 21 and then factor. Here you should get 3k plus 3 63 21. Now that's 7.
So I'm going to give you a hint. You usually want your parentheses to be the same.
Okay. Yeah, because right now I'm at 7 open paren 9k.
Yeah, and that's not quite enough, is it?
No.
So I'm looking at the last one, this 21. What do you have to divide by to get you a 1?
21?
Yeah. So does 63 have an integer factor of 21?
Yes, it does.
What is it?
It's 3.
Yeah. So you took out 21.
Oh, okay. So I didn't factor enough in the first one either. Because the first one I got 3k open paren k plus 3.
Which is, it's actually k plus 1 because you took out a k. You took out 3k in the first one, and you forgot to write it as a 1. You just wrote it as a 3, which is not the same.
Okay.
Just a simple mistake. Don't worry about it.
So k plus 1. So it would be 3k plus 21 as one factor and k plus 1 as a second.
3k plus 1.
3k plus 1. 3k plus 1. Wait, wouldn't it be 21 though?
Yep. 3k plus 21 and 3k plus 1.
Oh, okay. So it's 3k plus 21 and 3k plus 1.
Good.
Now, number 9, I can't really see. That one's
Yeah,
cut off.
yeah, it was cut off on Raj's photo too.
I'm just going to go ahead and do 10.
Like, I could take a guess to what the number could be.
No, that's alright.
Yeah, I know. We could leave it. Good excuse not to do a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. 5x
5
squared.
5x squared minus 18 plus 9. 5 times 9 is 45. And it has to equal negative 18.
Okay, you do that. I am going to finish this post.
Okay. Do you want me to like a couple questions again? Like, do you want me to work up to like 13 and then?
If you want, I'm actually just like posting it now. I've already sent it to my phone, so I'm just here.
Oh, okay.
The problem with Instagram is you can't post directly from your computer. You have to send it to your phone and post it from there. Which is really unfortunate for me. Okay. That looks good. That looks good. So, interesting thing about Instagram is the hashtags. Trying to find the right hashtags for a post to make it make sense in its location. There's my pen. So you're doing up to 13, you said, right?
Yeah. I'm just writing down the answer for number 10.
That's good. I'm just gonna write them all down so I have easier access to it. What do you think of my setup here?
I think it's actually pretty cool. I don't know how that works, but it's a good visual.
I'm technically right now I'm using Photoshop.
What is that?
So Adobe Photoshop. Never heard of it?
Is that like an app?
No, it's a very well-known photo editor.
Okay.
So you can draw, create images, whole bunch of stuff in Photoshop. There's even the 3D effects as well. Very, very popular, very well known. And so I'm using a Huion drawing tablet monitor so that I'm using a pen to draw on the screen on my Photoshop.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I make the backgrounds and everything so to make it more visually effective. And then I just write on the Photoshop image and I stream that.
That's cool.
Makes it nice and neat and clean and not have to worry about erasing and stuff like that. Because all I have to do is just hit a button.
I really like that trick you showed me about the prime numbers, and then you just play around with them.
Yeah, because you know it has to be two numbers, So you can start like looking at the combinations of the two numbers. What was the name of this section I was doing? Distribution functions? Continuous random variables, distribution functions.
Okay, I'm having trouble with 11.
Okay, 11. 4n squared, 35. Oh, wait. Which one I was? 11? I think I may have wrote it down wrong. 4n squared minus 15n minus 25. Okay. What are you having difficulties with? Walk me through it.
Okay, so I figured out that it has to be negative 100.
Okay.
And then 15 negative.
Okay.
I factored everything out to their prime numbers, and then I did 2.
So hold up, let me write this. X times y has to be negative 100, and x plus y has to equal negative 15. Yes. So you've got 100. And what did you do for factoring?
I did 10 times 10.
Good. What else? 2 and 5, 2 and 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's one thing you're maybe possibly missing. Is that what are your combinations that you're trying?
The combinations I have so far are 2, and then parentheses is 5 times 5 times 2.
So, okay. Say that again. I kind of missed that.
2, and then I have 2 times 5 times 5 in parentheses.
2 times 5 times 5. Okay. Next one.
2 times 2 outside of the paren, and then inside the paren is 5 times 5.
Okay, another one.
2 times 2 times 5 inside the parentheses, and then 5.
Okay. Is there any other combinations that are capable?
I'm not seeing any.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, well, no, no, I'm not seeing any.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking is because I want you to double check. I want you to make sure that you have all your combinations. Because there is one more that you are slightly missing.
2 times 5. Oh.
Your starter one, which is wrong, which not worry about, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. What's your first one equate out to? 2 times
50.
50. Okay. What's your second one equate out to?
4 and 25.
Your third one?
2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20, times 5.
And your last one?
10 and 10.
Good. So you want two numbers that multiply to 100, but have the capability of adding to 15. You know one of them has to be negative, right?
Right.
So I'm looking here that has a difference of 15.
Right. And since b is negative, the larger number would have that negative, be 20.
Yeah, so you'd have negative 20 and a positive 5.
Alrighty. Gotcha. So we would have 2n squared minus 20 and plus 5 and minus 25. And then begin to factor. Four n minus 5. This would be 5 n minus 5. And then the answer should be 4n plus 5 as one factor, and the second factor should be n minus 5.
Said 4n plus
5.
5, and the other one you said n minus 5?
N minus 5.
Let's just do a double check. Good, 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 and good. Yep, looks right to me.
Now, oh wait, no. No, it should. I thought we weren't supposed to have a plus and a minus for two different factors.
Why not? What are you talking about?
Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind. I'm looking at it before I combine the 4n and the 5. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm second guessing myself.
Okay, well, don't second guess yourself. You know, the funny thing that I learned about taking math is the more you second guess yourself, the more you will get wrong. You're more likely to do better on a question without second guessing yourself than when you do second guess yourself. There is the odd time that you'll be like, I'm not sure about that. And you'll look back and then you'll figure it out and you'll get it right. But that's not going to happen as often than if you just do it and then you're like, okay, I'm good.
Right. -96 and -35. I'm not ignoring you. I'm
No, you're good. You're good. I'm still writing hashtags. As funny as that sounds. See, the only thing is if there was more people that were regular viewers that had questions, it would be, I'd be helping you, and then when you're taking your break, I'd be helping them, and going back and forth, you know?
right.
But since I'm so small, there's not a whole lot of people that know of it. And the ironic thing is that I get more followers on Twitch when I'm not streaming than when I am streaming. I get, like, when I'm not streaming, oh yeah, I take questions on here. That's the whole point of this, Pab. You don't have to fumble through your work. You just ask a question. Be like, how do you do this? And I'll be like, dude, I'll help you.
Yeah, this is called, what is this app called? It's called Discord.
Yep.
And it's like a streaming.
Okay.
And you can have help with different types of like school work. In this case, I'm using it for algebra 2.
Okay.
But he knows his math pretty well. I'm guessing he's. I never asked. Are you like a teacher? Or
I
you just
I
admin?
am a tutor. I have a math degree and a finance degree, and I used to work in a bank, and now I'm tutoring live on Twitch, and whenever other people need help.
Yeah, so it's basically like a free online tutor.
Okay. Twitch, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should actually like look up
And you're
the
not
live stream and take a look and see.
killing me with that. I was trying to go back and work through some stuff.
Yeah. If you want, I can write down the
Yes,
apps.
yeah, please.
Because I mean, and if you want, I can probably give him his user stuff, his usernames.
Here,
So-
here. This is easier for you, there, John. I'm gonna just send you a quick link.
Okay.
This is what, if you click on the link, this is what we're doing right now.
And then I can just send it to you via text.
And then there's people on the chat.
So what's your
Text or text 312
312
316
316
4738.
4738.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're welcome. And there's Twitch, and then there's also Discord.
Discord. Okay.
But the Discord's not imperative. It's a little bonus thing if you want to do real time. The stream has like a few seconds delay.
But yeah,
There. It took me that long to be able to post one thing. That's interesting. My Instagram now has 2,369 followers. If I could get that many on Twitch, oh, be a good day.
you still there, Brains?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Sorry, I had a call come in, so I don't know if it like ended the
Nope.
streaming or not.
Nope, I'm good.
Alrighty, so where was I? Okay.
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 Which one are we doing next?
Right now I'm in the middle of 12.
Cool.
So I got all the factors. And 12 is 4x squared minus 35x plus 49.
Okay. So what's 4 times 49?
4 times 49 is 196.
And you did the factors of this earlier?
Yes. We have 2 outside of the parentheses and 2 times 7 times 7 inside.
All right. It was 2 2s and 2 7s, right?
2 2s and 2 7s, yes.
Okay. So you had 2 times 7 times 7.
And then 2 times 2 times 7 times 7.
And another one.
2 times 2 times 7 times 7. And then the last one that's kind of not really that important is the 2 times 7 times 2 times 7.
Good.
So when we simplify that, that would be 2 times 7 is 49, times 2 is 83.
49 times 2 is the same as 50 times 2 minus 2 times 1. So it would be 98.
98.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then 7 times 7 is 49, times 4.
Next one is 28 times 7.
And then 14 times 14.
Okay. So what do your numbers have to add up to?
Negative 35.
Okay.
And I'm guessing it's going to be the second one.
Well, so look at your signs here.
Okay. B is a negative.
Yep. B is negative.
So that means all the larger ones have to be negative.
Yes. But what about the 49?
That's positive.
So what does that mean? That both of them would have to be negative, right?
Yes.
Because a
when
negative
you
times
multiply.
yeah, because a negative times a negative is a positive.
Right.
So which numbers add together to give you 35?
28 and 7.
Perfect.
Minus 28 x minus 7.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do that. Hab has been writing a little question about the chain rule, so I'm gonna write it down. So a particle moves along a straight line with displacement s of t, velocity v of t, acceleration t. You need to show that a acceleration of t is v of t dv ds. Explain the difference between the meanings of the derivatives. dv dt and dv ds. Okay. So, Fab, what is... I'm trying to think of a way to really explain this. You know already from your notes and you went through just understanding derivatives that the derivative of a variable of a function, let's say f of x, with respect to x, is the rate of change of that function, right? And if you have a value, you would plug in a value. If it's just a function, you've got the rate of change of the function shown as a function, right? So we want to show acceleration, velocity, and displacement and all that stuff. So if s of t is our function, it's our displacement, then the derivative of s of t with respect to t would be what? It would be the rate of change of our displacement. And then what's the rate of... So that would be velocity. And then what would be the rate of change of our velocity? CG Wad, thank you for following, bud. Welcome. Don't go insane. Just don't go insane. That's the trick here. So velocity, what's the rate of change of velocity with respect to time? Okay, so we've got acceleration is the derivative of our velocity, right? So we want to show that our acceleration is the v of t times dv ds. Well, acceleration is the rate of change of our velocity. So it would be v of t prime, right? And what is v of t prime? It would be the derivative, so it would be the, how would I say? dv dt, okay, which is then, if we're going to change our variables, it would be dv ds times ds dt. I think that's what we're going for. No, we're going for dv ds. How do I write this? I want to go with dvds. Change of velocity versus displacement. Well, okay, let's just do the definition of chain rule. F of u, let's say, dx is f with respect to u times the derivative of u with respect to x. That would be the chain rule. So, I'm sure you've done an example. So, like, e to the x plus 1, the derivative of that would be e to the x plus 1, because we know the derivative, times the derivative of x plus 1. John, how's your questions coming?
I'm good. I'm on 14.
Nice. You have 1? What do you mean by 1?
I actually have a question on 14.
Okay, what's your question? I'll wait.
So I started factoring, and once you multiply A times C, you get negative 240 or 294.
Okay, you're doing 12?
14.
14. Oh, 6 times 49. Okay.
And once you get that, you get negative 294. But when you add it, it has to be 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking at I broke it down to the primes. I got 3 outside of the parentheses, 2 times 7 times 7 inside the parentheses.
So 294. And so what did you get for all of them?
It's 2 times 3 times 7 times 7.
2 times 3 times 7 times 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there is 3 numbers here that are different. So you're going to have a few extra combinations, right?
Right.
So you're going to do... Because you're going to have like 2 times 7 and then 3 times... And another one that's 3 times 7 plus all your regular ones, right?
The ones I only came up with 3 of them.
Okay. So are you watching my screen at the moment?
Yes.
Okay. See the ones that I've already written?
Yes.
Okay. What about 2 times 7 times 3 times 7?
2 times 7 times 3 times 7. I haven't done that one either. Okay. So the only ones that I have are 3 outside of the parentheses, 2 times 7 times 7 inside the parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
3 times 2 times 7 times 7. And 3 times 2 times 7 times 7.
Yeah, okay. So you
those
should
are the
have
only
1,
ones
2, 3, 4. You should have about 5 options.
I should have 5. Okay, I'm missing 2 then.
Okay, you find your other 2, unless you want to just look and verify on mine.
Okay, so let's see what you have. You have 2 times 3 times 7 times 7. 2 times 3 times 7 times 7. 2 times 3 times 7 times 7. And then the last one is... Okay, I'm still missing one.
So the last one is I had 3 outside of the parentheses. 2 times 7 times 7.
Right, that's the first one I have.
Okay, what about 2 times 3 inside the parentheses? So just swap the 3 and the 2.
I do not have that one. So it's 2 times 3 in the parentheses, and then times 7 times 7.
That's, yeah, so there's 1.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I have 5.
Okay, now double check yours.
7 times 7 is 49. 49 times 3.
Okay.
And 47.
So, for PABs, what's the difference between dV/dt? It's the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Right? Because your time, it's your time variable, right? Now, dV/ds is your rate of change of velocity with respect to displacement. S. Yeah. So, if we start with displacement or velocity with respect to s, how would we start this? Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't remember at the moment. How would we start this? It's been a while since I've done these. Yeah, but you were still wanting to show this, right? So, S of t prime is V of t. Oh, yeah, I guess. Times the d of v ds, yeah. No, okay. S of t prime is ds dt times dt ds, which would just be how would we change the variables for that? Because I want it to be with respect to s. I need 2, right? I have to think about it all of a sudden. It's probably one of those eureka moments where it's just like you're not thinking about it right. It happens. Okay, John, how's your problems?
I'm actually grabbing a quick snack right now, but
Okay.
I was having trouble with the factors because none of them, in my head, none of them added up to 7.
Okay, so are you still doing the same one that we were just started with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I factored all of those out, but I couldn't figure out which ones would add up to 7.
So 7 times 7 times 3. 49 times 3 is 147. It's way more than you had. Come on, Pav, you had notes. I know you. When you're actually trying, I know you're legit doing stuff. 6 times 7. Why don't I remember? I think that was 42, right? 7. 2 times 7 is 14, and 21. And 3 times what? 96? No, 98.
98.
Okay, so you were having trouble with these 5. You couldn't find them that added up to 7.
Right.
So, is there a difference in the signs?
There's a positive and a negative.
Okay, good. Which one would be positive and which one would be negative?
The smaller numbers would be negative since B is a positive.
Okay, good. You already got that idea. So, let me ask you this. Do you have all 5 of these written down as you see on my screen?
Yes.
So,
well, let me double check before.
Yeah, because you might have a difficulty missing one of them.
Alrighty, so what I have down is the 3 and 98, 6 and 49, 42, 7, 2, 147.
Okay, so you're missing one.
And 649. I have 6 and 49 twice. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're missing one.
Which one?
I just drew an arrow to it.
Oh, 14 and 21. Oh wait, hold on. That's the one I was missing. And that's the answer.
There you go.
Alrighty, that's why I couldn't find it. So the 14 would be negative in this case. Alrighty. So 7. Oh wait. No. (21x) minus 14x minus 49.
Oh, I'm not even writing it down properly. I must be spacing out a bit. 21x minus 14x minus 49.
So when you factor, it would be 3 outside of the 3x. And then you have x left plus 7.
Well, you're taking a 3 out of the 6. So you should...
Oh, so it would be 2x.
Yeah, there you go.
So 2x plus 7.
Good.
And when you push that negative inside, you should get 7 coming out. But that would be, yeah, positive. Then you would be left with a negative 7 x minus 7. Right?
So you took out a minus 7, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then you'd have x plus 7.
Oh, 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Okay. Now they match. Actually, no, they don't.
Yep, they should. 2x plus 7 and 2x plus 7.
Oh, right, because I took that negative out. So this should be a positive 7 for the 49. And then it would be 7 plus 3x. And then...
Okay, whoa. Say that again.
Negative 7. Or 3x minus 7.
There you go.
And, alrighty. And then the 2x plus 7.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna let you continue. I'm under the assumption that my dinner is ready, so that I have to go grab that. So, I will be back in just a quick moment. Pab. I'm not actually sure what I should put down as a little thing to do for you.
For me or for him?
For him. Early chain rule stuff. So yeah, I was doing some chain rule stuff with multivariable calculus the other day. I guess it was a week or two ago now. That's a lie. So I was wondering if I could write something else, because you probably don't need it yet. But anyways, I will be right back. What's the next questions you got here? 15. Six, what is this? A squared minus 25a minus 25. 6n squared plus 5n minus 6. And 16b squared plus 60b minus 100. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna just mute you a bit so there's no anything on the stream. So I'll be back momentarily.
Okay.
I need more space. Okay. I am back. That's okay. I will be chewing at the same time. Well, you're not taking... So think of it this way. Yes, you're right. I have to finish reading. dv dt is dv Yeah, sure. I think that'll probably suffice. I don't know if it's entirely correct. I think it'll suffice though. I'm not entirely sure if you can actually interchange these two just for the sake of interchanging them. So then, yeah, that would do it. I like having Robbie around. Makes a difference. I just have to look and see. Okay, let me write it as he wrote it on here so I can actually visualize it. DA, and you said DA is, you mean TV. Okay, good. Yeah, you got it. It's much easier when I can read it not in one line like that. Okay, John, how is your problems?
Alrighty, so number 16, I found the factors, and when I was trying to get the number and the variable outside of the parentheses, I got, for number 16, I got negative 6a outside of the parentheses, and I was left with a plus 5. That was one of the factors.
Okay, so you were left with a plus 5 is one of the factors. Okay.
Right. And on the second one, when I took that 5 out, because when you rewrite the equation, or when you rewrite the statement, it's negative 6a squared minus 30 plus 5a minus 25.
Okay. So you had a plus 5 is one of them?
Yes.
So I'm looking at this. If you take out a 5, you should have a minus 5, right?
If I took that negative 6a out of the first one,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't I get negative 6a outside of the parentheses and positive a and positive 5 inside?
Yes, you should. A plus 5.
And then on the second,
So let's verify something here.
okay.
I'm just gonna kind of go back to the beginning of it. 6 times 25 is what?
150.
150. So x times y is 150. X plus y is minus 25. Okay, so you've got a minus 5 and a minus 30, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think your problem is when you wrote it down, you didn't write a minus. Or
It would have to be a positive and a negative.
yes, it would have to be. Actually, this is a little awkward.
So when I wrote it down,
Oh, I see what the problem is. You failed to do the greatest common factor first.
wait, but there's 6. 6, 5. Oh, it's 3. Gotcha.
No, it's not 3.
No.
There's a negative. Yeah, Robbie, I want to do this for a little simpler form first.
Okay.
Take out the negative. Negative 1 is a factor in all 3 of those terms.
Right.
So you can take out a negative 1. If you do it this way, then you won't have to work around so many negatives.
Okay, so just rewrite the equation as negative 1 6a squared plus 25a plus 25. Okay.
Now you have 150. But
And
now,
positive.
and you add together to give you 25. This should make it a little simpler on you to find the factors. Now, if you want to cheat, you can look at the chat.
If I want to cheat, look at the chat. Why? What's on the chat?
Well, one of the viewers has kind of given the answer.
Oh, I'm on the wrong chat, that's why. Wait. No, I'm not.
Twitch chat.
Twitch chat.
You're not watching it on Twitch, so you wouldn't have seen it. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so wouldn't it still be 30 positive and negative 5?
Look. They have to multiply together to give you a positive.
Why is it so confusing?
Okay, go back to your factors of 150.
Okay.
What are the factors of 150?
3 and 50. 6 and 25. 3 and 5.
Okay. So just list all the prime factors.
Oh, all the primes are 3, 2, 5, and 5.
Okay. So all your combinations should be what? 3 times 2, 5, and 5. And then 3 times 2 is 1 times 5 times 5. And then another one would be 3 times 2 times 5.
Times 5.
Times 5. Now, is there any other ones?
The 3 and 5 and 2 and 5.
Okay, 3 times 5, and 2 times 5. What do these multiply out to?
The first one is 3 and 50.
Okay. Next one.
6 and 25.
Good. Next one.
30 and 5.
Next one.
And that one, 15 and 10.
Okay. Now, you need these two factors. Since you know that you're not dealing with any minus signs now to confuse you, you have to look for these two factors that add together give you 25.
The 15 and 10.
There you go.
So I just forgot to do that last combination. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Plus 15. Plus 10. Plus 25. So I should have 3 outside of the parentheses. Or 3A. And then...
So I'm gonna show you another thing. When you write these down, do you use different types of brackets or parentheses?
If we have to find the GFC first, then we use whatever the greatest common factor is, the bracket, and then we start with the parenthesis.
So if you look on my screen, I wrote a minus bracket, and then on the inside I'm going to use parentheses.
And then you close the bracket.
Yeah. So that way you know that the minus is multiplied onto everything on the inside.
Okay.
And it's a little neater and easier to kind of follow along. Okay. So you had 6a squared plus what? 15a plus 10a?
Plus 25.
Okay. So how did you factor them? How did you group?
I factored them as 3a and then a plus 5.
Okay, and your next one?
5, a plus 5.
Now what?
It would be negative bracket 3a plus 5 in parentheses, and then the second parenthesis would be a plus 5.
Good.
And then close bracket.
Yeah. So now you don't need the big brackets. You just needed them before because of the 3a and the plus and stuff. It wasn't fully ready. So now with the final solution, you don't need the big brackets because they don't change anything.
Oh, okay. Wait, I wrote it on the wrong one. I wrote the answer for number 16 on 17. Alrighty. Oh, almost done.
See, it wasn't too bad at all.
36.
And now the only thing is Raj is going to eventually want to do this as well.
He hasn't done this yet?
No.
So he just sent you a picture.
Yeah, he sent me a picture of the worksheet. That's what I'm using to know the questions that you give me.
So you have a picture, but he hasn't worked it out with you?
Nope. I just have a picture of the questions.
That's weird. Why would he send you the picture and not work it out with you?
Well, because he sent it to me early, so I'd have it, so that when he does join the call, I can just look at the questions, and it makes it easier, so he doesn't have to read them out to me.
Oh, okay. I figured that he already did this with. Okay. Alrighty, so this 36.
It would have been more convenient if he was on at the same time, so we could have all three of us done it at the same time. But oh well.
I could talk to him tomorrow and see if we can like all stream at the same time. Like we can all agree on a time to do our homework. That way, both of us, me and Raj, stream with you.
Either
I'll
or.
ask him tomorrow.
He's got a busy schedule, so. Okay. You have what, 2 left?
Yes.
So, are you having any difficulties so far?
Not yet.
So, out of the previous problems, what tripped you up the most?
I would just have to say, like, finding the right factors for him.
Okay. Which, you've got a technique for doing that now. You just gotta remember to write down all the capabilities, right?
Right. 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12 times 3. Okay. 36 only has 6 factors, correct?
Well, 36 is 6 times 6, right? So.
Oh yeah, 6 times 6 is the other one. 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. Alrighty, so far I have 2 and 18, 4 and 9, 12 and 3, and 6 times 6. That should be it. Now, just by looking at them, I know that the 4 and 9 are the ones I need, and the 9 has to be negative. Or the 4 has to be negative.
Okay. So that didn't take you long at all.
No, not really. I just need to see them. Like once I see them charted, then that's when I analyze them, and I'm like, okay, this is one that I need. -4 and +9 and -6. Alright, so take the 2 and 3 and -4.
I really gotta start, like, eating my food at one point so it doesn't get cold.
Oh yeah, I thought you were eating. I'm sorry.
No, it's just every time I go and grab dinner, I forget to eat it. And I should technically take like 15 minutes just to break and have a pause screen. But I never have like a set time, so it's hard to cater.
Okay, so when I rewrote the equation, I have 6n minus 4n plus 9n minus 6.
Okay.
When I broke that down and I factored it, I had 2n outside of the parentheses, and it left me with 3n minus 4. Oh wait, I see what I did. I just wrote down the 4 instead of breaking that down.
Okay.
2. Alrighty. And then I have, for the second factor, is 3 times 3. Okay, never mind. I just kept forgetting to write down the... On the first one, I forgot to divide, and then on the second one, I forgot to write the 3.
Okay.
2n plus 3 is factor number 1. Factor number 2 is 3 minus 2. Alrighty, so answer to number 17 is 2n
plus 3.
So, does she get you to show your work on these work pages? Or are you hand in like a separate page that's all your work shown?
When she checks it in the morning, or when she checks it in class, she sees that it's done, and then she asks, like, "Did you do the work?" So I'm doing it in a separate notebook.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just show her the notebook,
Okay.
and then she'll be like, "Okay, well then." And then she'll give me because then she'll think that we cheated off of somebody that already did it,
Yes, I would get that.
which is actually pretty smart. I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty, so that's gonna be a big number. So that's gonna be.
Is it? Because I think you
1600.
can factor that still, can't you?
Yes, you can actually. Now that I think about it, it can be factored by 4.
There you go.
So it would be 4b squared plus 15 minus 25.
Nice.
And I think that's it. Yes. So 4 times 25 negative is negative 100. And it has to equal 15. You add. Let's make a chart. 100 has the prime factor of 5 and 5. And 2 and 2. Wait, we did this one already, didn't we? Yes.
I don't know.
And it was...
Well, we did, but we didn't. Number 11 had a different sign.
Oh, okay. So I'll just do it again then. But I'll copy the factors down for this 2 and 50. 4 and 25. And that's it. No. Yeah. Wait, 20 and 5? How is that 100? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. 20 and 5.
Oh, right. This is supposed to be 100. I wrote down the wrong number.
Okay. So, one of them has to be negative. B is positive, so that means that the smaller number gets the negative. And 5 and 20 get it.
There you go.
4b squared minus 5.
So remember, there's a 4 still on the outside, right?
What's that?
There's still a 4 on the outside. So when you write your notes, you need a big bracket.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So we factored that from 4. Okay. So we have 4 bracket 4b squared minus 5b plus 20b minus 100. Close bracket. Factor.
It would be, so you're only splitting up the top one, right? So it should be minus 25, not minus 100.
Oh, minus 25. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. So when you factor that, you should get B, and then have 4 B minus 5, and then this is 4 left with 5B. No. What did I do?
What's a common factor between 25 and 20?
5.
Yeah.
Not 4. 5. So I should have 4 here minus 5. Okay, so we have 4 open bracket, open parenthesis, B plus 5, close parenthesis, open parenthesis, 4b minus 5, close parenthesis, close bracket.
And do you need the big brackets anymore?
No, so you just rewrite it without the brackets.
Done.
So b plus 5, close parenthesis, open parenthesis, 4b minus 5. Alrighty, the whole page is done.
Is that the last one? Yeah, it was.
Yep. It only took me 3 hours.
Did it? Did it really?
It did. Because I think I started at like 5, didn't I? See, I messaged you at 5:18 saying, "Hi, I'm a friend of Raj. We're both in Algebra 2."
Yeah, it's just that we only did it for like a few minutes before I started streaming.
Oh, okay. So you called at 6:02.
Yeah. But it took a couple hours. You know, slower pace.
I mean, but that's not too bad.
You understand it now.
Yeah.
And you also got a tip.
I forgot to do number 12. I stopped at that one question about it. So, number 12 is 4x squared minus 35x.
Didn't we do this one?
We did, but I didn't finish it. I got stumped with one of the signs.
Okay.
So I put 4x squared minus 28x minus 7x, because the 28 and the 7 were the factors that we were looking for.
Okay. So they have to multiply together to give you a positive, but add together to give you a negative.
Mm-hmm.
So they should both be negative, right?
Right.
Okay. So you'd have
4x squared minus 28x minus 7x plus 49.
Okay.
And then when I factored that, I took the 4x out, which left me with x minus 12.
Well, you're taking out a 4. 28 divided by 4?
Isn't it 12?
Nope.
Oh, it's 7.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
There you go. Next.
Alrighty. So that's what it was. Alrighty.
And then you what did you take out of the second piece?
Negative 7.
Okay.
And then it left me with x plus 7.
But you took out a minus, right?
Oh wait, no. So yeah, 2 negatives is a positive. Alrighty. So when you factor that in, it should be 4x minus 7, close parenthesis, open, x minus 7, close parenthesis.
Just like that.
Alrighty. Now we're done. Alrighty. So, I appreciate your help. Sorry it took so long.
It's okay. I always need stuff to do on stream because I don't have a lot of viewers yet that ask a lot of problems. So having stuff to do is better than me fumbling through a textbook looking for problems to do.
Oh, okay. So it was kind of a win-win situation today.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have homework tomorrow, so I'll call you again tomorrow. Most likely at the same time.
That's fine, I'll be here. I'm pretty sure.
Alright.
Sometimes you have to, like, send me a message earlier in the day to just double check on time, because sometimes I have random things that I have to do or get called to do.
Okay, that's fine. That is completely. We are done with the homework, and I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty, thank you so much for your help.
No problem. Have a good one, bud.
You too.
One down, another to do. Now the problem is he's probably going to have the exact same questions. Actually, I know he is. So, we'll see how we can make it streamlined and less boring. But in the meantime, I'm going to take 5 minutes. Yeah, Clegg. How come Nightbot didn't turn on? Oh, you would. You would. That's my Clegg with the Twitch Prime. So the command's not working all of a sudden. Interesting. Hey, look. Grimlock's here. Like, I really appreciate it that you've got your Twitch Prime for me. Oh, Raj is here too. Raj, are you ready? Doesn't seem to be working for some reason. Okay, Raj, let's get started. Did you were you on a little bit to see John's, or did you miss it all? Okay. That's fine. We'll go through a couple little techniques to make it easier for you. So I tell you what, you get settled and get your homework out and all that stuff. I'm gonna take 2 minutes here to just clean up and finish my dinner, and I'll be right back. Okay? Just write it. I'll join you on Discord. We'll do a Discord call like always. Okay, back momentarily. Okay, I'm back. And Clegg, you have no idea how much it means to me that you're using your Prime here. It makes a big difference. As soon as more people do it, that'd be awesome. 2 subscribers, that's crazy. I still got the other one that I want to give away too. Apparently Mitchell didn't want it. So, I guess I'll bring it to our little LAN party, yeah? And see if anybody wants to take it. Does that seem like a good idea? Okay, I'll do that then. Well, it doesn't seem like you're... Oh, all weekend. I don't know if I can do all weekend. Friday for sure, but... all weekend? Are you crazy? I guess I need a case of beer, don't I? I'll go as light as I can. And I can't drink Red Bull. Can't drink any acidic stuff. For some reason, a couple beers is okay, but acidic stuff like that just ruins me. Getting a keg? But you already have your own keg. You got homebrew, right? Oh, it's empty. You've been emptying it too much, have you? Matthew up. Well, I'm waiting for Raj. Unless you want to go through this. What I could do, while we're waiting for Raj, is, let's see, what's a good explanation to do? Oh, yes. Find the error in this. We have log 2 of t plus 1 over log of base 2 of t equals log 4 of base 2 over log base 2 of 3. Find the error in this. Log of x minus y is equal to log x over log y, which means we've got log base 2 of t plus 1 minus t equals to log base 2 of 4 minus 3, which then implies that, well, the t's cancel out, so we'd have log of 2 1 equals log base 2 of 1, which equals 0. Find the error. Come on, Raj, where are you? But you took a log. You had to deal with logs in computer science. You have to deal with logs, don't you? Yeah. Okay. Raj, you're there. You're alive. Hey, Mr. Clegg. Raj, can you talk for a second?
Yeah.
How is the volume of Raj? Is it coming through the stream okay?
My bad if you hear any background noise. My phone's kind of dying, so I had to put on speaker on in charge.
Okay. I'll just bear in mind when things... Okay, a little quiet. I'll just up your volume a bit. Okay. So, Raj, have you started any of your homework?
Yes.
How far have you gotten?
To question 7, but I just want to make sure of the answers so far.
Okay, cool. Then I'll start with this. Plague, we're trying to solve for t, which, unfortunately, this solution doesn't give us an answer for t. We've got log of base 2 of t plus 1 over log of base 2 of t equals to log base 2 of 4 over log base 2 of 3. The error is the fact that this is wrong. The truth is, for it to be log of x minus y, well, not quite. The error is the fact that this simplification is wrong. It's supposed to be log of x over y inside is equal to log of x minus log of y. So this whole simplification to here is wrong. A minor oversight. Yes. Okay, Raj, let's do your answers.
Okie dokie, where do we start?
Well, you wanted to check your answers, so which one do you want to start with?
Numero 1.
What did you
Number
get?
1.
What is your answer for number 1?
I feel like I did this wrong, but I kept referencing back to my notes and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't do number 1.
Oh.
I got confused. I was like, what do you get that multiplies into 15 and negative 2?
Okay. Let's okay, we'll go back over this again. Your rules. You remember your rules from yesterday?
Sure.
Not sure. Do you have
Give me
them
a
written
sec.
down in front of you?
What rules?
The first thing was greatest common factor. Second thing was A times C. Third thing, you know, all those things.
Oh yeah, I remember them, but I forgot how to do it.
That's why I want you to look up that algorithm. Have it in front of you.
Notebook. I have not done any of that packet, by the way, so I have to work on that too.
Okay.
But I'm exhausted, like legitimately right now. I'm much super tired. I came home at 2 bowls of pasta, Cheez-Its, a grilled cheese, and a protein shake for dinner. Yeah, I basically ate a whole day worth of calories in one sitting, because, my god, I have not eaten that much today.
Well, then you feel better. Better enough to do your math.
Wow, much creepy. Nah, I'm probably gonna hit the bed early today, because I gotta go lift tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Gonna try to hit that peak physical condition.
Well, let's get her done. Let's get this done as quickly as possible for you.
Okay, so I mean there's 5 times -3.
You mean 3 times -5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
-5 times 3. And then there's 3 minus.
Okay, first let's go back to so A times C is
Do not make noise.
What?
Not you. Go on.
Okay, so A times C is -15.
Mm-hmm.
You need 2 numbers that multiply together that give you -15, and you need those 2 same numbers to add together to give you -2.
Well, we have -5 times 3, and then 3 minus 5. Or 3 plus -5.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you a little thing that John and I were doing. So 15 is the number that we're working on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are the factors of 15? What are the prime factors of 15?
3 and 5.
Okay. So that's pretty simple. We've got 3 times 5, that's our only option, unless we go with 1 and 15.
Right.
Okay? That's not too hard. We can see that the difference between them is 2, so now we just got to figure out our signs.
Right.
And you said -5 and +3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So now what's your next step?
You plug it in.
So what you're rewriting, right? So how are you writing it?
3 parentheses. We have p squared minus 5p.
Okay. So
3p.
you don't need the parentheses first. So you were writing 3p squared minus 5p, right?
Yeah.
Plus 3p minus 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're regrouping, right?
What? Okay. You know what? I'm lost to the point of if I want to do this right, I have to restart. So I'm gonna just start a new page.
Okay. I think you're a little bit tired too.
is it? 3p squared plus, or no, minus 2p. Minus 5, and then we have negative 15 and 2.
Okay.
Negative 5 times 3, and then 3 plus negative 5. And then you have 3p squared minus 5p plus 3p minus 5.
Okay, so you're back to where I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you take out of the first group?
P.
Okay, so what are you left with inside the brackets?
Three P minus 5.
Good. Next one.
You just leave it as is.
Okay. So what is your final factored?
P plus 1 in one set of parentheses, and then 3p minus 5.
Good. So, was that difficult? Was there any part of that that stumped you or made you stumble?
No, not really. But when it gets to the bigger numbers is when I get tripped up, and then it's the steps. I forget the steps that I need to do. I remember the steps on how to do it. Just when it comes to writing it down is what trips me up. Like, I typically take the 3 out beforehand, and then that's when I get confused.
Yeah, because I don't know why you would take the 3 out, because 3 doesn't factor out of everything.
Yeah. So, like, for the next one, 2n squared plus 3n minus 3.
Okay. 2n squared plus 3n minus 9.
So you get negative 18.
So a times c, or I'm going to say x times y, will give you minus 19, or minus 18.
And then b is 3.
So x plus y has to equal 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the factors of 18?
Negative 6 and 3.
You know what? I want to do this kind of in general. You'll see later. What are all the prime factors of 18?
2 and 9 and 3 and 3. 2 and 3 and 3.
Okay. So what you've already noticed is 6 and 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
6 times 3 is the number you're going to work with.
Right.
So what you've done is you've taken these two factors, multiplied together, and then multiplied by 3.
That's confusing.
You'll see later. It'll make a lot of sense later, because you're going to have a hard time figuring out, like, what's two numbers that multiply to 196, but also add to give you 53?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It'll be later. You'll see. So, you've got 6 and 3. Is there any of which one has to be positive and which one has to be negative?
The 6 has to be negative, 3 has to be...
Are you sure?
Yeah, because negative 6 times 3 is at negative 18.
Yeah, but remember, you got to add to positive 3.
So then the 3 would be negative.
Yeah, there you go. 6 is positive, 3 is negative. Okay, Raj?
Mm-hmm.
So now, how do you write out your problem now?
So 2n squared plus 6n minus 3n minus 9.
Good.
And then you group it.
So, how are you grouping?
Like that. And then your common factor is going to be n. Or 2n.
Okay, 2n.
And you're left with n plus 3
Good. Next one.
minus 3. And then on the inside you have n plus 3. Because negative times a negative is a positive, or negative divided by a negative is a positive.
Good.
Which equals 2n minus 3 and then n plus 3.
Good.
See, I did it like we did yesterday, where you still had a number outside of like the 2 parentheses.
Well, that only works if there's a number to factor out at the beginning.
Okay.
So there is no greatest common factor that we can take out at the beginning of this problem.
Right.
That's why you check that first.
Okay.
Okay, next one.
Okay. 3n squared plus 8 or minus 8n plus 4.
Okay. First to check, is there a common factor that we can take out of all 3 terms?
No.
Okay. What's the next piece?
A times c.
Okay. What's a times c?
12.
So we need 2 numbers that multiply together to give us 12. And what?
To add together to make negative 8.
Okay. First things first. For signs, what do you notice?
One's going to be a positive one.
One's gonna... what?
Like 12 is going to have 2 positive numbers, and negative 8 is going to have 2 negative numbers.
Okay, remember they need to multiply together. So how many ways can you make a positive?
2 negatives or 2 positive.
Good. So, so that means that you're going to have 2 numbers are going to be negative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are your factors of 12?
You got 1 and 12.
Ah.
It's 12. And you got 6 and 2.
And?
You have 3 and 4.
Okay. Any of these add together to give you 8?
Yeah.
Good. Which ones?
6 and 2.
Okay, what are the signs?
Negative.
On both. Good. Okay, rewrite out your equation.
3n squared minus 6n minus 2n plus 4.
Okay, how are you going to do your grouping?
And your the 3 and the 6 and the 2 and the 4. Yep. And then that one. So you have 3n and then n minus 2. Then you have -2, and then n minus 2.
Good. And then your final?
3n minus 2 and n minus 2.
Perfect.
See, like, you know how you're not really telling me anything to do?
Yeah.
I understand them when I work them out with you. But, like, when I try to do them on my own, I get completely lost.
So, you've done a few of them with me. You've done the steps. Would it be helpful just to rewrite out the steps to begin with?
No, because I know the steps. It's just when I factor things out is when I get a bit confused.
Okay. So the next problem is number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you said you've done this already?
Yeah, but I'm redoing them because I got them all wrong.
Okay. I want you to explain this one out as if you were me. I am going to just write what you say. Okay?
Okay, well, your equation is 5n squared plus 19n plus 12. Now, you have to multiply a times c,
Okay.
which you get, let's see, a times c is 10 and 19.
Raj, what?
Yeah.
Remember that it's ax squared plus bx plus c is the original formula.
Mm-hmm.
So what is a times c in our case?
10.
5 times 12 is 10?
No, wait. I had the wrong... I messed up the equation. I know, stupid. I looked at number 6, the one right below it, by accident. So you get 6t, and then they have to add to equal 9. And let's see.
19.
You factor everything... Right. And so the two factors that you have to get, if you multiply them by 60, is 15 and 4. And to get 19, you have to add 15 and 4. Bro, she's in the bathroom.
I'm in the bathroom.
Okay, let me know when you're back to normal. It's a good thing I got that mute button.
Four.
Okay, 15
so
and
when you
4.
multiply those- yeah, and when you multiply those together, you get 60, and when you add them, you get 19.
Okay, good.
So rewrite your equation: 5n squared plus 15n plus 4n plus 12. And then group them together, the 5 and the 15n, and the 4n and the 12.
Raj, we can still hear your family a bit.
I'm aware. Give me a sec.
We're just gonna wait for him to finish this up. I'm gonna try turning on this light to see if it makes it better. Helps a bit, but there's still a bit of a shadow. It's okay, though. So while we wait for Raj, what should we do for another post? Should we do a bunch of chain rule derivatives? You back?
So you group the 5n squared and the 15n. And you group the 4n plus 12.
Okay.
Then you take out your greatest common factor, which is 5n. And when you divide things out inside the first parentheses, you get n plus 3. Alright, and then now you take it out from your second parentheses, your greatest common factor is 4. And then 4 divided by 4 is n, and then 12 divided by 4 is 3, so n plus 3. And when you rewrite it out, you get 5n plus 4 in your first set of parentheses. And in your second set, you get n plus 3.
Good. So you did that without me.
Yeah.
So how can we get it applied to the rest of your problems?
Well, see, for me, it's like, I understand it once I get into the flow of it.
So you need those few extra practice problems to begin with, and then you can do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what happens if they get more complicated?
What do you mean?
So right now you are on number 4. They don't start getting more complicated until you get to number 7. So can you do 5 and 6 on your own?
I can give it a shot.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to mute my audio on the stream so that when you talk it doesn't come through. And I want you just to work on 5 and 6 on your own. And when you're done, just let me know and then we'll bring you back.
Okay.
Okay?
I was watching your stream earlier before we started. I realized you got a pair of headphones.
Yes. To make it so that there's no
How much you pay for them?
these are my Xbox ones actually. I think these are my $100 Xbox ones. They plug into my speakers, so I can just use them.
Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and work these out.
Yes, you work out 5 and 6. When you're done, let me know.
Okay.
Okay, and then while he's doing that, we'll figure out what to do first for another post. We've done a table of integrals, we've done a table of derivatives, we've done a statistics problem today. Let's see. Should we do an algorithm for finding the square root of a number? Maybe. Let's see, what should be the next post? We'll finish 6. Come on, you can do both. I'm gonna go refill my water. I'll be right back. Okay. All done, you say. Number 6. Or number 5. What did you get for number 5?
Got 2v plus 1 and v plus 5.
How do we check to make sure that you're right?
Foil them.
Okay. So, how would you foil this out?
2v times v,
Okay, so 2v squared.
and then 2v times 5,
Okay.
and then 1 times v,
And then,
plus 5.
which gives us 2v squared plus 11v plus 5. You're right. Okay, next one. What was your answer?
2n plus 1 and n plus 2.
Okay, foil it out. What is the answer in foil?
2n squared plus, let's see, 2n, or 4n, plus 1n plus 2.
So you get 2n squared plus 5n plus 2. You're done. That's right.
Yes.
So you can do the easy ones. And you can do them on your own.
How is number 7 any different? You're just dealing with bigger numbers.
Exactly. Just dealing with bigger numbers.
I feel like that's irony because that's easy to say, but it's harder to do.
It is.
Oh boy.
Because of bigger numbers means more factors. In most cases, not all. Okay? When there's more factors, it means there's more options to choose numbers from. So let's do number 7 together.
Okay.
So we've got 7a squared plus 53a plus 28. So, can you factor anything out of this?
No.
Good. So, what's your next step?
Multiply A times C.
Which is
196.
So you need two numbers that multiply to 196 and add together to give you 53.
Which is 4 and 49.
Good. You figured that out pretty quick.
Well, it's because I got up to question number 7. And then after that, like, I had to come home and I ate a shit ton of food and then...
Yeah, no worries. So, how did you find 4 and 49? What did you do to find it?
I sat there and put it in the calculator.
Okay. I'm going to give you another method. Okay? That makes it a lot simpler for picking numbers. Because what did you do? 196 divided by 2, and then 196 divided by 3. 196 divided by 4.
Exactly.
So what happens if 4 was not the right answer? You're going to go through every number until you find the right one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What if I give you a method that's going to tell you which numbers already to pick?
Please do.
Okay. 196. You already know is 7 times 28, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was your first two that you multiplied together.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to do a factor tree. 7 and 28. 7 is prime. 28 is what?
7 and 4.
7 and 4. And 4 is 2 and 2.
Right.
Okay, so 196 has the factors of 7, 7, 2, and 2.
Oh, and you combine the like terms and you multiply them out.
Well, no, now watch. So, options to choose from. You are looking for two numbers that when they multiply together give you 96, right?
Right.
Just two numbers. So, what I'm going to do is write 7 times 7 as one set of numbers, times 2 times 2 as one set of numbers. Okay? But I have another option. What if I went 7 times 2 times 7 times 2?
They both equal the same thing.
I know, but look, watch as I keep going down. What if I go 2
times 4.
2 times 2 times 2 times 7, or 7 times 2. Oh, sorry, I wrote the wrong. Too many 2's. 7 times 2 times 2 times 7. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we know that all of these equal 196.
Right.
But look at what I did with the parentheses. I've got 49 times 4. I've got 14 times 14. I've got 2 times 98. And I've got 7 times 28.
You're right.
So you already found out that it was 49 times 4.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is, right there.
That's crazy.
So, doing that, we found out all the numbers that are going to work right away. But we didn't have to go through a divide using a calculator and going through 20 different numbers to find it.
Right, so you get 7a squared plus 49 7a plus 4a plus 28.
Good.
And then you group the 4a and the 28, and you group the 7's a squared and the 49a.
Okay.
Common factor for the first one's going to be 7a, and then you're going to be left with a plus 7 on the inside.
Okay, next one.
Your greatest common for the factor for the second one is 4, and you'll be left with a plus 7 on the inside as well, which gives you 7a plus 4, and then a plus 7.
Good. There you go. Okay, for the next one, you're gonna try and find the factors again, just like we did with this one. But it's not gonna be so easy with this typing in the calculator.
Okay. $9k squared plus 66k plus 21. Well, I'm going to use the calculator for one thing.
You can 9 times 21, yeah, do that.
189 and 66.
Okay, so you have 189 as your A times C.
Right.
So you need two numbers that multiply together to give you 189 and add together to give you 66. So, last time I was talking about factors. I want you to figure out what two numbers multiply together to give you 189 but add together to give you 66.
So 189 is
So, are you going to try the calculator way or are you going to try it my way?
let's see. Well, I kind of have to use a calculator to get the first factor of 189, though, right?
Well, you have 9 and 21.
Oh, yeah, you're right. True that. So you have 9 and 21. The 9 is 3 times 3, and the 21 is 9 times 7.
3 times 7, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you write down all your factors again, 3 times 3 times 3 times 7. What are your different options for two numbers multiplied together to give you 189?
3 and 7. The 3 times 3 and 3 times 7.
3 times 3 gives you 9, 3 times 7 gives you 21. If you're looking on the right here, these are all your factors. You need to group them into two numbers that will multiply together to give you 189. So, like this one up above, you see this?
Mm-hmm.
You see how I grouped 7 and 7 together and 2 and 2 together? 7 and 2 and 7 and 2. 2 times the 3 of them multiplied together, 7 times the 3 of them multiplied together.
Alright, so if you group one pair of 3s, so 3 times 3, and that's one group.
Okay.
3 times 7 is another group.
Okay, a next one.
You have 3 on the outside, and then you have 3 times 7 inside the parentheses.
Okay.
You have 7 on the outside with 3 times 3 times 3 on the inside.
Okay.
And then you have... Can you go up again?
Well, it might be different. See, there's different numbers here.
Right, but I use it for reference. Well, yeah, this is all you can do because there's 3 3s.
Okay, so what does this give us?
They all give you...
So just write out just like the one I did before, I didn't finish the multiplication. I just wrote it out as 2 separate numbers multiplied together, right?
Right, so you get 9 times 21. You get... Let's see. 3 times... 3 times 27.
And what's 9 times 7? Raj.
63.
Yeah, there you go. And the last one?
And 7 times 27.
Okay. Out of those, do any of these add together to give you 66?
Yeah, the 3 and the 63.
There you go.
So then you get 9k squared plus 63k plus 3k plus 21.
Good. Now you're grouping and you're factoring.
Right. So out of your first group, you group 9k squared, 63k. Yep, like that. And then you get 9k as your greatest common factor. And inside this first set of parentheses, you get k plus 7. And 3 is your greatest common factor. K plus... So the end result gives you give me a second. My leg just broke. End result you get 9k plus 3 and then k plus 7.
Okay. Is there anything else you can do to this to factor it out?
You can get rid of the k's.
No, not k.
Get rid of the 9 and the 3.
Then how would you do that?
Simplify it down so you get 3k and then your same thing in your other set of parentheses.
So you'd have 3k plus 1,
Mm-hmm.
k plus 7. So the reason why I'm looking at this problem for you is at the beginning you could have taken out a 3.
You're right.
But this was a good exercise in finding the factors. You see how you still got the same answer even though you didn't take out a 3 to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one. Uh, 10, because looks like 9, we don't know what it is.
Give me 1 second. Is anybody still watching your stream, by the way?
I have no idea. I don't have the stats up. Corporal Clegg says no.
Well, I mean, he's still watching your stream.
Well, it's because he's a good person.
Well, I never said he was a bad person. Question 10. 5x squared.
Noise in the background. Good choice. That's what I do too. Lots of times I'll sit here working and just be in Discord and other people are playing games or something.
But I mean, it makes you feel good because it sounds like you're around. Your brain's like, I'm around other people, so I don't have to stress about my own shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes I'll have music in the background. I'll just have you guys talking while I work or something like that. Plus, you guys are great company anyway. Okay. We multiply 5 times 9. You get 55. And you have to find 2 numbers to add to equal negative. So you have 9, 5. Have 12 times you have 15 and 3. Brains.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here, but you're really quiet.
Okay. Well, I multiplied 5 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
You get 45.
Good.
And then they have to, the 2 numbers have to add to equal negative 18.
Yep.
And I got 15 times 3 is 45, and negative 15 plus negative 3 is 18, or negative 18.
So they're both negative. So negative 15 and negative 3.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So how do you mark it down?
You get minus 15x minus 3x plus 9. Oh, do you know your Twitch gets ads, by the way?
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just like a thing on.
I don't actually have control over that at the moment.
Okay.
Followers get ads on channels, but if you're a subscriber, you don't get ads.
Gotcha. Bit 15x and 3x plus 9.
So say that again. You were a little hard to hear.
You group 15x and 5x squared. And you group negative 3x plus 9.
Okay, cool. And so what do you take out?
5x is your greatest common factor. You get x minus 3. And then for your second, your greatest common factor is negative 3. So minus 3, and then you get x minus 3.
Good.
Which, when you're done and you think do about in the first set of parentheses, you get 5x minus 3. And your second set of parentheses, you get x minus
3. Good.
So like, those ones I get, but when it gets into more complicated stuff,
Well,
like what we had with number 7 stuff, like bigger numbers, it gets.
remember the first thing you check for is to factor them out, if you can.
Okay. I'm gonna go into school tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go ask my friend, how'd that tutoring session go yesterday?
Yeah?
And then I'll get back to you with the answer. Because if he liked it, and you're happy with the answer that he gives, then I'll tell him to recommend to others.
That would be glorious. He said he was going to call me tomorrow, so pretty sure that's an okay sign.
That's very likely,
And somebody else came into his room while we were doing it and asked about it, and they wanted the link as well. So I don't know if he has like an older brother or something that's in school. Which is
So,
fine.
yeah. Okay, number 11. 4n squared minus 15n minus 25. Well, let's see. 4 times negative 25 is negative 100. And they have to add to get 50.
Okay. So what are your factors? What are your factors? What are you going to use as your factors?
Okay, give me 1 second. You got 10 times 10, or negative 10 times 10.
Okay, so are you gonna split it down like we did before, or are you just gonna look at factors?
I'm gonna look at n factor.
Okay.
Actually, we'll go down that tree.
So you've got 10 times 10, which is
2 times 5 and 2 times 5.
okay. So what are your different options?
Well, let's see. We have 2 times 2 and 2 times 5. 2 times 2 and 5 times 5.
Okay.
you have 2 times 5 divided by 2 times 5.
Okay. Another one.
You have 5, 2 times 2 times 5. 2 with parentheses of 2 times 5 times.
Okay. Good. Now, what are these? What are these results?
4 times.
4 times 25. You're a little quiet and kind of cutting out a lot.
My bad. I'm just a little bit further away from. You have 10 times 10. You have 5 times 5 times 20. And you have 2 times. You have 2 times 50.
Good. Now, which one of these will add up to 15?
-20 plus -5.
There you go. -20 and +5.
So you have 4n squared minus 20n plus 5n minus 25. Greatest common factor for your first group, 4n, n minus 5 plus 5 n minus leaves you with 4n plus 5 and then n minus 5.
Good. You've got it, bud.
Oh my.
So do you have any other issues with this? Raj?
What?
Do you have any issues with this? Is there anything difficult about this?
No, not really, because these are the. When I hit the hundreds, that's when it got.
Well, see, the thing is, this is a big enough question. The other ones don't get much bigger.
Because I'm looking at number 18.
Yeah, but you also remember you can factor at the beginning, right?
Right.
So let's do the next one.
I'll be right back. Let me go grab some.
Okay. 12. Okay, he's gonna grab some water. Okay, so I have to wait for Raj to get back. Which shouldn't be too long. And there isn't any active. Just us lurkers. So let's take a look and see who else is on tonight. Interesting, interesting. I have no dropped frames tonight, which is great. I think I fixed the settings. And how's the quality, I wonder?
Okie dokie, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
My fridge is just slow.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm filling my water bottle.
Oh. 12.
Let's see. 4x squared minus 35x plus 49.
Awesome. So. Besides the fact that I'm getting tired, what can you factor out of there? Anything?
4 and 49.
So, no, I'd assume.
Yeah, like no.
So,
The
what's
A
4
C
times
is
what's 4 times 49?
196. And if I remember correctly, we had another question with 196 on it.
Yeah, but we already kind of know what the factors are. We could just do it again real quick.
True.
Two times 2 and 7 times 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what are our possibilities?
Let me write this down real quick.
Okay, you write her down.
So we have 2 times 2 times 7 times 7,
Mm-hmm.
which is 4 times 49. You have 2 times 7 times 2 times 7.
So we've got the 2 times 2 times the 7 times 7. And you said 2 times 7 times 2 times 7. Okay, next ones.
2 parentheses 2 times 7 times 7, which is 2 times, I don't know, it's 7 times 7, 49 times 2, it's like 100 something.
So okay, well let's just keep with the parentheses for now. We'll get that after.
Okay, and then we have 7 parentheses
2 times 2 times 7. Raj, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Okay.
I'm just writing things very, very slowly. My hands, like, I'm writing so much. Okay, so you have 7 times 7 times 2.
$49 times 2 is just 98.
Okay.
We've got 4
2
times 49.
98. Yeah, 14 times 14, 2 times 98, and 7 times 28.
The CG What's giving you a hard time now.
What?
Nothing. Chat's giving you a hard time.
Okay, well, 7 plus 28 is 35.
There you go. So you got your
4x squared plus 7x.
Well, remember it's a minus 35.
Right, so then it'd be negative 28x.
And then
Well, I have a question.
what's the question?
Does it really matter which way you put the two numbers that you get?
No, it doesn't. But you want to do it in such a way that looks nice for factoring for you.
Right, okay. So you have 28x plus 7 plus 49. Or plus 7x.
So why would it be plus instead of minus?
Because a negative times a negative is positive.
Yeah, and you've got plus 196, but you've got minus 35. So you need 20 minus 28 minus 7. You see? It has to add together to give you negative 35.
Okay. My mistake on that half. So the greatest common factor in the first one is 4x and then parentheses you have x minus 7, and then your greatest common factor in the other one is negative 7, or 7, you drop down the minus sign, and you have x minus 7, which equals 4x minus 7 and x minus 7.
Good. CGW, what are you doing? Are you in any classes, or are you? Unfortunately, I have a hard time keeping track of who's told me what. Okay, Raj, what's the next one?
Give me one hot sec.
You don't know how you even got here. That's the best part. It's funnier if you got here from YouTube, because I'm also dual streaming to YouTube, and I have 4 subscribers on YouTube. So people, if you find my YouTube, it's a miracle. I think even one of the subscribers is me on my main account. Okay, Raj, we are doing 13.
Mm-hmm. You can't really factor anything out.
Good. So
You
what's...
go ahead and multiply a times c.
Which is?
16. And then so they have to multiply to get 16, but add to get negative 17.
Good. So this one should be
So I'm
pretty
gonna-
easy. Well, hello
Negative
there,
1.
Sensei.
Again, negative 1 times negative 16,
Good.
and then negative 1 plus negative 16.
Yeah, you found the 2 already, so you're good.
Well,
I write them in both, so like it makes sense to me.
Okay.
So then your equation is 4n squared minus 1n minus 16n plus 4.
Good.
Your greatest common factor is n. Would I have n or should I have 1n?
Well, the 1 is implied. You don't need to write a 1 unless you're saying you're adding 1. If it's on a multiplication, it's just implied that it's a 1.
Okay. So you have n 4 minus. So wait, you have n on the outside, parentheses n minus 4.
Try that again.
What?
Try that again. You take out an n, what are you left with on the inside?
4n.
Thank you. 4n what?
Minus 1.
Good.
And then you take out 4. So it'd be minus 4. Oh god, I have the hiccups. So you have 4n minus 1. So when you tally things out, you get, in the first parenthesis, you get n minus 4. And then you get 4n minus 1.
Okay. So you've got n minus 4 and 4n minus 1. Good. Next one. We just did 13, so we're now on 14.
Yeah.
6x squared plus 7x minus 49. I'm helping Raj with his homework, yeah.
You get negative 294.
So 6 times 49 is negative 294.
Yeah.
You keep going. I just need something. 1 sec. How did I... I wondered how I missed something. So this stream is literally for helping people with homework. So, 294. What are the factors, Raj?
You have 2, 3, 7, and 7.
So you've got 2 times 3 times 7 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So, what are your combinations of numbers?
2 times 3 and 7 times 7.
Good.
2 times 7 and 3 times 7.
Okay, next.
2 parentheses 3 times 7 times 7.
Okay.
3 parentheses 2 times 7 times 7. And 7 parentheses 2 times 3 times 7.
Cool. So what are your results?
You get 6 times 49 for the first one. You get 14 times 12 for the second one. No, 14 times 21. You get
49 times 3, which is what, 147?
1 second. What? 49 times 3. Yeah, 147. You get 49 2 is 3 times 98. And then you get 7 times 42.
Good.
Well,
So now you need these two numbers. You need to find the one that adds up to 7.
14 and 21.
Ah, that didn't take long at all, did it?
You have 6x squared minus 14x minus 21x.
Oh, okay, hold up. What are the signs? Remember, they multiply to give you a negative, and then they add to give you plus 7.
So then you'd have plus 21x minus 14x minus 49.
Yeah, I'll write it your way. I'll just swap it. So plus 21x minus 14x. Okay. What's your group? What's your factors?
Give me 1 second. You don't have any factors for the first one.
6 and 21?
Oh, you have 3.
Okay, so what are you taking out?
3x. And you're left with x
Well,
plus
so what's 6
7.
divided by 3?
2.
Okay. So go ahead, continue. So
2x plus 7.
there you go.
And then greatest common factor for the other one is 7.
Okay.
And then you have 7. No, you have 2x plus 7.
You gotta check your minus signs. So are you taking out a 7? A minus 7?
Yeah, and then 2x plus 7.
Okay, good. CG, it's kind of random right now when I get on, because I don't have very many people. So, I try and cater to as many people as I can when they send me messages. Sometimes when I go on, I just sit there for a few hours just basically talking to myself and nobody shows up, so it makes it difficult. But if I have someone to talk to and actually do questions with, then it's more stable. So I'll probably be on again tomorrow at this, probably about 4 hours ago. So 8:30 now my time, so I'll probably start again around 4:30 or earlier if I can.
Doesn't live.
Raj?
Doesn't CG live in the U.S.?
No, I have no idea. No, you don't need to be sorry. I just don't know right now when I can be consistent. So I try every day, and then every once in a while I have to have an off day.
You should make weekends your off days.
I actually think that weekends should be my heavy duty days, because that's when the most people would be at home doing their homework.
Well, most places don't give out home.
This is North America, bud. Everybody in North America gives out homework for the weekend.
Not us.
Okay. Saturday, I don't think would be much of a stream, unless there's the university students. Because first year calculus, they have homework all the time. Sometimes you'll even have assignments due like Sunday night at 11 as a hand-in or something. So
Who has class that late?
they don't have class. It's just an online hand-in. So you have a deadline that it's due by, and if you don't click the submit button by then, it just submits what you have.
Okay.
Or it doesn't submit anything.
Okay.
So, you finish this off with 3x minus 7 and 2x plus 7.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Where? Plus 37 x plus 6 times 6.
So 15.
36.
6x squared plus 37x plus 6. It'll be great when I can have more consistent following, because then I can literally just like go on and be on and have enough people to ask questions fluidly throughout the day, so I won't have to have too much downtime. But until then, it's a little difficult. Okay, Raj, what did you get?
Give me 1 second. I'm in the process. I got 6x plus 1 and x plus 6.
Okay, so you did it without me. And let's just FOIL it out and make sure you're right. 6x times x is 6x squared.
6x squared
6x times
plus
6.
36x.
Good.
And then 1 times x is 1x for x by itself. And then plus 6.
Looks right to me. Yeah, go ahead, CG. Send homework. Usually what happens is I get people just to take a picture of it and send it. Or if it's like simple enough to type in chat, people just type it.
Oh, I can't wait for this to be over.
You're almost done there, bud. Got a few
Yeah.
more. So, you've got 3 left, 16, 17, and 18. minus 6a squared minus 25a minus 25.
Well, you can't take anything out.
Are you sure? I see one thing that's blaring out at me.
Well, the A.
No, not the A.
25s? Oh, I was just gonna go ahead and solve it like normal.
Well, what's common in all of them?
The negatives.
So you can take out a negative. The reason why I'm telling you to take out a negative is because it'll be easier for you to think about the solution after the fact. So if you take out a negative, what do you get?
Negative parentheses 6a. What up? Plus 25a plus 25. Right?
Yep. Okay, so what are the two numbers multiplied together to give you what?
Be 6 and you get 150. And you have to find two numbers that add to equal.
Add to equal 25. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your numbers? How are you going to do it?
Yeah. Time.
You're cutting out a bit. You might need to move your phone a little closer.
Okay. So you have 2 times 3.
Okay.
And 5 times 5. And same thing for your first solution. You just group them off by the 2.
So you're doing 2 times 3.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 times 5.
Yep.
And what's your next group?
2 times 5. Times.
Times
Your
3.
next group is going to be 2 parentheses 2 times 3 times 5. Your next set of parentheses will be 3 parentheses 2 times 2 times 5.
There's only 1 2, right?
Yeah.
So you took out a 3, so it's 5. 2 times 5 times 5.
Next.
Next one is 5, right?
And then 5 times.
Yeah, you're not speaking. You've cut out. What's that?
Oh, it's because I'm just like putting them on.
Okay. 2 times 3 times 5.
Okay,
Raj?
so for the first one, I got 6 times 25.
Good.
For the next one, I got 10 times 6.
Okay.
And then for the one after that, I got 7. No, yeah, 2 times 75. The one after that, I got 3 times 50. And for the one after that, I got 5 times 30.
Okay. Now, Is there two of these? I feel like you might be missing a combination. But I could be wrong. I gotta double check. 2 times 3 times 5 times 5. 3 times 2 times 5 times 5. 5 times 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 and 2 times 5. 3 times 5 and 5 times 5.
Wouldn't you just add?
Yeah, you're missing one combination.
I am.
Oh, yeah. 3 times 5 is 15, not 6. There you go. Okay, Raj, which two numbers work together?
The 10 and the 15.
Brilliant.
So you have negative a plus 10 a plus 15a plus 25.
Good. So how are you grouping?
The 6a 10a and your 15a and your 25a.
Okay. And so what are you taking out?
So you have negative still outside of the bracket.
Perfect.
Alright. Take out 2a, 3a plus 5 outside.
Okay.
Then you drop down your plus sign. Your greatest common factor for 15 and 25 is 5. Parentheses 3a plus 5. Put off with a parenthesis in a bracket.
And so you're reducing down to your final?
Mm-hmm. Have 2a pi plus, or no, there would be no plus. And your second pair would be 3a plus 5.
Good. 2 left, bud. 2 left.
Yeah. After this, I'm gonna shower and just go to sleep.
Good idea. It's
17.
almost 11 your time, so might as well.
Yeah.
2 left. Let's get them done. You can do it.
Okay, you have 6n squared plus 5n. Can't take anything out. Oh, minus. Can't take anything out, so you multiply a times c, negative 6. And then they have to add to 5.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, 36 factors down into and 16, right?
36? Well, you know it's 6 times 6, right?
Yeah.
So 6 times 6 is 2 times 3 and 2 times 3.
Okay. So your first equation will be 2 times 3 times 3.
Second one would be 2 times 3 times 3. Got 2 on the outside times 3 times 3.
Okay.
You have 6 times 6, 4 times 9, 2 times 18. You have 3 times 12.
CG, are you
Or-
sending me any of your homework? What have you... Are you just having difficulties with the pictures, or...? Okay, Raj, which 2 numbers work?
The 9 and the
Good. Okay. Which one would be negative and which one would be positive? Because you have that minus 36,
The
right?
4 would be negative and the 9 would be.
Good.
So you have 6n squared plus.
Ah, okay. Yeah, CG, you can always send me homework. No worries. I have people send me problems from all over the world. I actually have somebody from Azerbaijan who sends me stuff all the time. Almost every day. Okay, Raj. So you've got 6n squared and what?
And minus.
You're cutting out. I'm not here. We're not picking you up here.
6n squared minus 4n plus 9n minus 6.
Okay.
And then I grouped off 6n squared minus 4n, and I grouped off 9n minus 6.
Okay.
And then so for greatest common factor for the first group, I got 2n. And then inside the parentheses, I got 3n minus 2.
Okay, cool. And the next one?
Drop down the plus. The greatest common factor for the second group is going to be 3, and then 3n minus 2. Which, when you put everything together, you get 2n plus 3 and 3n minus 2.
It's free, but CGW, it's free. The whole point of this is to be free and to access to everyone. And then if random people like it and can donate, they do. So 2n plus 3 and 3n minus 2.
Question 18. 16b squared plus 60b
16b squared plus 60b minus 100. So, is there anything you can factor out from the beginning?
Yeah. Everything's divisible by 4.
So, we'll finish this problem and then I'll talk to you, CG. Okay, everything's divisible by 4. So if you take out a 4, what do you get?
You get 4b squared
Okay.
plus 15b minus 25.
Good. Okay. Now, what's your A times C?
Which you know factors down to 10. 10. Factors down to 2 times 5. 2 times.
Okay, so what are your options?
Well, you have 2 times 5.
Okay.
And 2 times 5.
What's your next option?
You have 2 times 2 and 5 times 5.
Okay, next one.
Is 2 parentheses 2 times 5 times 5. 5 parentheses 2 times 2.
Okay.
10, 10. Good. And the last one will.
5 times 20, right? Awesome. Okay.
And your 5 is negative.
Good. Your 5 is negative. So you've got positive 20 and a negative 5.
Yep.
So 4 bracket. What do you got on the inside?
4b squared.
Okay, keep going. 4b squared.
Minus 5b plus 20b minus 20.
Okay.
You group off 4b squared and 5b and 20b and minus 1. Your 4 stays on the outside.
Good.
You have the bracket. And B drops out the first one.
So what are you left with?
4b minus 5 plus 5 is the greatest common factor. 4b minus 5.
Good. Finish her off.
And when you simplify everything, you have parentheses b plus 5. Second set of parentheses, 4b minus
4b minus 5. You're done, sir.
Yes.
Do you understand what you had to do to get to these answers?
Yes.
Okay. You are quite tired, I can tell. A thing that'll help you the most is redoing a couple of them in the morning. Just to kind of like a refresher of your brain. Even if it's just like looking at this and like this question and copying down exactly what you wrote a second time.
Okay.
Like it seems to me like you need your refreshers each day so that you can keep up with it and you don't forget it as much. Because we did this exact same stuff yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's okay. You're done. You're ready for a nap. And by nap, I mean you can go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, bud?
Yeah, thanks, man.
No worries. If you need help tomorrow, you know where I am.
Yeah, just let me know what time you'll text me. Dream that.
Well, why don't you talk to John? Because he said that he'd call me tomorrow too.
Alright.
So let's see if you guys want to do it at the same time so I can kind of get two birds stoned at once.
That's a really bad one. That's really bad.
It's a joke. It's a Canadian joke because of Trailer Park Boys. You know, kill two birds with one stone. But Ricky's so bad at talking, he screws it up and says, get two birds stoned at once.
Yeah. Dude, thanks for all the help.
Yeah, no worries, bud.
What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, don't stay up too late yourself.
I won't. No worries there.
I don't want you going into the condition that I'm in right now. Wake up early.
I'm okay. Remember, it's only 9 o'clock here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, bud. I'm gonna leave the call. I'll let you go to bed.
Alright.
Later. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. So, CGW, what do I get? I'm assuming you're still here, right? Are you still here, bud? Okay. So, the funny thing is, tutoring on Twitch, I get nothing right now. Because I'm not very popular. I have 2 subscribers now, which is great. And subscribers is the capability of donating money to the streamer, and you get, I think for an affiliate it's like 50% of the dollar amount. So I'd get $2.50 for every $5 sub, and might get $5 or $6 or something for a $10 sub, and might get 15 or something for a $25 sub. People can also donate if they want. So there's the PayPal link down there on the donate. And if people wanted to donate bits, it's the Twitch currency as well, right? So right now I get nothing. I'm just doing this for the sake of helping people. And I help people through questions that they send me on Instagram. I've get quite a few people sending me questions on Instagram as well. More so on Instagram than people that show up on my YouTube and Twitch. I get a few people asking every once in a while about it, you know, so they know for later. But the truth is I really need to find a way to get more advertising so people know it exists. Right now, however, Instagram's at 2,395 followers. But that's just like people that'll see a post every once in a while, right? Not so much people that need help right away. So yeah, that's what things are like right now. Yeah, so what do you think of it? I really just need to advertise. The more people I can get from around the world, the more potential donators. The better. Because I'm sure you could see on Twitch how many people on there make quite a bit of money. You feel like you've learned a life lesson? How so? What's the life lesson here? You tell me. So, truth be told, I want to get to the point where I can have enough regular people that I invite to a Discord call, like I did with Raj and John earlier. I'm trying to be unique. I know I've seen a stream before that did math tutoring, but I don't think they kept going. I haven't seen them ever stream again. And the quality may have seemed a little low. I'm trying to at least keep a semi-decent quality. I mean, that's why I've got this nice drawing monitor, and I use it try and stay as clean as possible. And think about it this way. How many people in the world need help with their math classes but can't afford a tutor, or don't know where to turn, or they're doing it late at night and they don't have anyone to talk to, or they try and ask their parents but their parents don't know, or any of those things, right? Having this would be really awesome for those people, because all you have to do is follow a link, right? It's really quiet these days. It's getting bigger, though. Getting bigger. The funny thing is I get more followers when I'm not streaming than when I am streaming. It is really awesome. I think so too. Just gotta do more, right? Spend more time doing it, more time creating stuff, and more time advertising. Because this is all I really have right now. Other plans fell through. This last year of school is really important. That's good. So what are you studying? Or is this high school? Yes, please. The best thing you can do, actually, is tell your parents and show your parents. You'd be surprised at how much parents gossip with other people and be like, I need a tutor for my kid. And then they'd be like, hey, hey, I know somebody that does that, or I just have this link. Check out this, you know? High school, okay. Yeah, high school, last year high school is important. Not enough to really, like, hurt yourself over, but important enough for if you're aiming for a nice university or something. So, the neat thing, though, is what should I post again? What's a new topic I should post for my Instagram? So, lots of times what people will do is they'll send me a problem, and if it's complicated enough, I'll make a whole post for it and post it on Instagram. If it's like something like that, or if they're live on stream, I'll just do it. But it's interesting. What should I do for another post? You'd be doing like pre-calc, right? You would have been doing horizontal shifts and vertical shifts. You'd probably be doing. I'd say about 90% of the questions people send me, I can get right away, or you know, with a little bit of thinking about or a little bit of research. Every once in a while, somebody sends me something that's a bit upper year, and I try and stick to the lower year where people have struggles. I mean, if you're already in the upper year courses, you're already well off in math that you don't need a tutor. So a lot of those upper year courses I don't remember as much. But a lot of the lower year stuff, so like first year calc, even some of the second year calculus stuff, maybe some differential equations and stuff like that, that's about as high as I go. But everything under that, yeah. I mean, I was doing this one guy that's from Azerbaijan. He sends me these Olympiad math problems, so like the Olympic math exams. Physics, yeah, for the most part. Sometimes when people send me questions in physics, I just have to look up the topic and like kind of refresh myself and then do it. Because really, physics is just the math is the same. You just gotta have to make sure you know the concept that you're working with. So it's not too bad. So like physics, economics, business math, pre-calc, calculus, pretty much everything that's standard. And the nice thing about doing it on stream, if there's additional viewers, I can talk on stream, and then viewers who may know it that I may not know right away, they'll say something. And then it makes it easier to actually communicate and solve problems. And sometimes, like when we were on the Discord call, maybe they're struggling and I don't want to give the answer, they'll watch chat. That's okay. Where are you from? I mean, lots of times it'll be in a different language. And the nice thing is math is relatively the same in all languages. You just kind of have to translate a few small things for me. Let's see. Okay, that's cool. So where are you from? Like, just go like country-wise. You'd be surprised at how many random people appear in the stream that are from different countries. And many Instagram followers as well that are from other countries. Bad reputation? Honestly, no judge. Even if you just said like Middle East or Asia or anything like that, it doesn't matter. The nice thing about this is there's nothing to judge here. It's just math. Just knowledge. Nothing about I don't want to have any discussions about religion or anything like that that could be offensive to anyone. Because it's not what we're about. We're about just doing math and getting better at stuff, right? So, it doesn't matter. No worries. So how did you come by my stream? That's a better question. How did you find it? Were you browsing Twitch? Were you follow the Instagram link? Did you Google something? How did you find the stream? Yeah. So actually, if you're on the page, are you on your phone or if you're on the computer? You're just browsing in IRL. Okay. So on the page, I actually have all of the links to my stuff: my Instagram, my Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. They're just on the buttons on the bottom. On your phone, okay. So, I actually have it set, so if we just type in the command Instagram, there's the link. Yeah, very likely I'll be on tomorrow. Raj and John need help again. So we're going to try and coincide the same time so it won't be doing one and then the other for the same homework. And if there'll be more problems for other people, then we'll be doing that too. Because today is what, Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow for sure. Friday is a bit iffy. Got stuff to do on Friday evening. So if anything, Friday it might be early in the day and then be off in the evening. Saturday. From Discord? Okay. Ah, the Warframer. Well, oh, Sensei. There you are. I didn't even know. Did I even post it on there? I don't think I did. Oh well. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end for tonight anyways. It's pretty late for me to keep going. If I don't have any other problems to do tonight, then I think that'll have to be it. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Discord does show that, doesn't it? Yeah, but I'll be on tomorrow. I think we should raid someone for the night. Finish it off. Who should we raid? Just some small streamer. Give them a boost of people for a little bit. I already did Boss Mom. Alright, let's go do a quick raid and have a good night.
On TV, that's such a good. Oh, okay.